Hey y'all. So this is a slight redesign on the other video where I had these things lower to the arms, but then I couldn't do this motion. You see? So now this can do this motion, and as you can see, it does have a fairly good range of motion. So yeah, I'm not nuts. Well, yeah, okay, maybe I am nuts. But again, the design for the arm, the shoulder, this is a proof of concept basically. So this is just to prove that the concept that I have will work. So what you have again is some PVC. This is galvanized steel for like putting 2x4s together and stuff. So it's very soft. It's bendable, not by hand, but with a vice grip. It's not that difficult, and it does have enough strength to be able to bolt it to the PVC and just get a proof of concept. But as you can see, this is what I'm going for. See how I can lift my arm up? So again, I haven't cut the PVC for the arm, if you noticed, because I knew that there was going to be an issue, which is, okay, if I was to mark right now where my elbow was, and I raise my arm, as you can see, that point will begin to switch as I move my arm around. In other words, it goes in and out. So now I've got to figure out like how I'm going to get that in and out motion. Should I put a what do you call it, like a gas tube, like maybe something out of a bicycle, but the problem is it might be too stiff. Another option would be to just attach a like a ball bearing slider, which they know they do sell them in Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff. So it's like one of those ball bearing sliders for the drawer. So the idea would be this would connect to my arm through that, and then as my arm goes up and down, that would slide in and out. The point being that for a lot of people, you'll 3D print Iron Man armor or Halo armor or whatever kind of armor. The problem is you can attach that to your body, but it's not an exo. It's not, all of it is not physically attached. Even if, it doesn't matter what Space Marine or whatever the hell, they don't really explain how the hinges work. So you have to design something like this when you have hard armor and you're going with an exoskeleton, something that will give you the range of motion and be solid. And ideally, this will have a spinal cord that'll attach to the legs, and it'll have not actuators, but the gimbals. The Steadicam gimbals will be arranged down here to my foot. So when I raise my foot, it'll have the same effect. It'll basically keep my foot up, and gravity. In other words, what you need for something like this is the ability to lift your arm and move it around without it being heavy. And that's where the gimbal arms are perfect. As far as bringing them down, gravity will take care of that and the weight of the arm itself. But as you guys can see, it's starting to look a little, I know, I'm an idiot. But again, it's something I put in my head to do, and I've seen people try to build their own, and I've given them advice and basically blow it out of their ass because I don't think they really understand what I'm talking about. But so again, this is the top part of my exo just coming together, and I'm still working out like the hinges. These things might actually be have another tube attached to the back so I can do all kinds of other movements. So this is just figuring out the range of motion, what needs to get done to get it to work properly. But as you can see, it follows my arm pretty damn well, the range of motion that I have here. And again, I'd have to cut this, attach it to this part to my arm, and then have the other part, with a hinge, so it will do the same thing. And again, I'm going no frills. since I don't want to fabricate these things, I'm just using wheel casters. These are rated, I think, at about 150, 300 pounds, so it should be more than enough. The bearings on it should be capable of handling the weight and whatnot. And the ones for the legs will look similarly to this. So you'd have another set of these back here where my legs will, you know, go into and move, and everything will be solid. And we'll see how it works out. But so far, this was the redesign. Again, it doesn't make any sense for me to put like the finished product. I think it's more interesting to see the mindset of how to figure out problems and say, oh, this came out wrong. That was not a good idea. This was a good idea. So I'm actually really happy with the way these wheel casters, wheel casters work. So again, all I need is some electrical conduit piping in here. Thinking about possibly getting some thrust bearings for this part so it rolls nice and neatly and stuff. I don't want it to snag or anything, and be nice and tight. So again, right now it's just fitting and trying to figure out how things would work. And again, very happy with, this is what I wanted. As you guys can see, this thing has my full range of motion. And again, once I put the elbow in here, it'll be able to bend, and it will run, like I said, on the outside of the arm is what I'm thinking. So it would look something like, hold on, something like this. And then with the elbow being able to bend, I'd be able to lift my arm, as you guys can see, bend my arm here. And again, in this part where my arm bends, there are these little things. On another video, I put the steady cam arms on there. They would attach to the part that bends here so that the arm will always be like this if it's not weighted. So in other words, these things are capable of lifting 20 pounds. So it takes 20 pounds of force to bring them back down. And again, power armor, yeah, I don't need power to bring my arm down. I just need my arm to be able to move around easily. So I'm thinking that that's the best way to accomplish that. And as you guys can see again, it does look pretty promising. Looks, it's getting there. So again, I just wanted to give an update and show, again, it's a lot of little tweaking and stuff. Like these shoulders need to be brought outward. So instead of bringing it from the inside, the L, I got to put it on the outside and then have it on here. So it doesn't, as you can see, see that little taper? That needs to be brought out more so there's no taper. So it falls perfectly. So again, a lot of design, a lot of, you know, playing around with different things and stuff until you get it right, and trying to buy as many things that are prefab and use them. So again, on the elbow here, I might use another one of these. I have actually about more than I care to admit. How's that? And so again, it'll be able to do this, and we'll see, because again, the problem is I need it to be able to do this motion. So we'll see how it works out. But anyways, just wanted to give you guys an update, and peace.